tutorial, and this time I'm going to paint the Kroot from the Blackstone Fortress. Okay, so this is the sniper Kroot, and I'm going to paint him in this tutorial. So first thing, I will start with the skin, and I will start using Ogryn Camo. As you can see, the miniature have been primed in white color. And now we are going to apply this. Okay, we are going to go for a greenish skin, but we are going to play with some of the washes and maybe contrast paints to play with the different tonalities. Okay, I will apply everywhere, including the beak, but I will later on differentiate the different parts like the crest and so on. But first we apply a nice layer of camo green, very pale green, very nice to start to create a base for the next paint job. So I do that on all the skin parts and I'm back. Okay, I have all the skin painted, and now I'm going to do the inside of the cape, because they are the most difficult parts to have access, and I'm going to use Castellan Green, okay, for this. So we're going to put a lot there. Try not to do it under we just done, but if this happens, the important thing is that neither the white or the red is visible. Okay. When you prime that, it's very easy that the red is still visible a little bit, to avoid that you put too much primer, right? You want to avoid to put too much primer because this can clog the detail. I'm going to do the inside, and then we are going to leave what is supposed to be the outside in a different color. So this means that I'm going to do, it's like for me like a, it's similar to a raining cape, okay? So I do that, and I will be back for the next step. Okay, we have done the cape. I also did some of the green that I forgot before in the legs. Okay, and next step, I'm going to use a contrast paint called Gore-Grunta Fur. Gore-Grunta Fur, and I'm going to do most of the cloth with this. Okay. Again, I'm trying to focus to do the most hidden parts first. So, and this way I unglue it from the base to be able to have better access. So I'm going to apply this there. I'm going to do this over here, and this will include, yeah, this can dirten some of the other parts. But at the same time, this will give us a nice leathery brown. Okay, so I'm going to apply this here. I will do as well on the bracelets, and yeah, he's have a very weird dressing, to be fair. So I'm curious. I'm curious to know if they really cover the inner legs or not. Maybe they don't. They are asexual. These people. Okay, and some parts you can imagine the axis is going to be quite tricky. Again, this is why I have removed it, and we will need to do some cleanup later on. Okay, and we are going to do here the back. Okay. So I'm going to apply this Gore-Grunta, and I'm back. We have done all this brown, And next step, I'm going to use another contest paint, Widwood, contest Widwood, to do darker parts, okay, darker browns. So I'm going to use this for example, for the shoulder pad, okay, and other parts where I want to go darker, to have contrast with the previous brown. This brown is also a little bit greyish, I would say. Have a quite, it's not have, I don't know how to describe it, but if you want something more reddish in a way, you should use then Cygor brown. But I prefer to do that, to have bigger contrast with the previous brown that we just applied on the leather parts. Okay, so this will create a second color. Also, I will try to simulate leather. For example, this one should simulate a leather shoulder pad or leathery, and we are going to work this on all the different parts. For example, this type of belt, or I don't know how to describe it really. It has a quite complicated overlays of leathery robes and so on. I mean clothes, what was the meaning? Okay, with a bag and a knife crossing there. We have here a hand pistol that I don't know what to do with that. So I do that, and I will be back for the next step. So this will look like what we have done, the darker brown. And now I'm going to use Ironbreaker to do all the metal parts. Well, at least the main part, the main metal parts. Most likely we will need to come back to do some cleanup later on. This will include the sniper rifle, or the rifle, I don't know, the good rifle, how it's called. Okay, I will leave the top in brown, so I will try to avoid to go with the silver there, because I want to simulate if this is wood, the top part. Okay, I want to give quite a like artisanal look or rustic look to this weapon. I'm going to paint this as it is a knife at the back. That I think it is. I think they use the back of the weapon as a ripper. So, and I'm going to apply this all over the parts where I want metallic. Okay. So this will include as well this type of, I think these are demolition charges, if I'm not wrong, or something like that. Maybe these are just munition for the weapon, I'm not sure. But I will paint them as if they are metallic. Okay. And I will do as well these things. Okay. There we go. So I do all the metal parts and I'm back. So the metal is done, and now I'm going to use Aggaros dunes to do the back. It has there. Okay. I wanted to go for no lighter brown to differentiate from the rest of the leather parts. So there's a lot of play with the browns and so on here. Good. Now I'm going to use a Snakebite leather to do some of the handles of the weapons. Okay, Snakebite leather. I will do here the handle of the pistol. Here we can list, as you can see, some parts darker than the other. This will help to simulate the wood. We'll do the same here. And then first I limit the borders. Here I forgot a little bit of the... Okay, we are going to do a clean up now. First that's finished, so here I do the same. I try to do some brush strokes. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of the cleanup. I will put some brown that I missed there, and I will do the dots here and some of the metallic I missed, and I'm back for the next step. So next step I'm going to use a skeleton Horde to do the handle of the knife. Okay. Just to give as well, playing with the colors to give some differentiation. So it's quite poor there. I'm going to do the back of the cape, just the base gold, okay, because I want to give a camo pattern there. So I'm going to use another military green. I'm going to use this type Death Wall Forest. You can see I'm working with a lot of neutral colors, quite desaturated. So I do that, and I'm back once this is done. Okay. Next step, I'm going to use Seraphin Sepia on the skin of the Kroot. This will include mainly, I wanted to avoid the spikes at the back. And you can see give a very interesting shading. Okay. I went away the back as well. Okay. rest of the parts. Okay, I apply this and I'm back for the next step. I will use now Nuln oil on the metallics. We want to give the metallics darker shades. I will apply the same Nuln oil on these very dark brown parts. Okay. Now I will use again contrast paints, and I think here I will finalize part 1 of this tutorial. So I'm going to use again Aggaros dunes. On the back. Here it is. Likely we will need to do a second layer with a darker color. We want to go really for a dark color on this. Back. Okay, and then I will go for a reddish color on the back. So I will use one of the skin colors. I will use Darkoath flesh on the back spikes. I want to give a reddish tonality without being too much. You can see it pops up very nicely. We do not want to go for a really extreme color there. Okay, so the back have dry, and I think at the end I will use my darker color and I will go for the Cygor brown. Use this on the big. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, we have done the washes. This is how it looks like after the washes. Now I'm going to use the camo pattern here on the back. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use Rhinox Hide, and I'm going to do the first pattern. Okay, we can do something like that. We're going to do like a solid camo pattern. Okay, we are going to do some random stains. Okay, something like that. I'm going to do another one here. Just random. Okay, here we go. There's another one here. Closer to this one. We'll do another one here. I think it's good. Let's do this one here. Okay, I think that like that. It's good enough. Okay, let's go now to a lighter brown. I'm going to use Skrag Brown. We're going to apply it within this type of stains. We will not at all this dries because I realized that I wanted to go too fast and the dark brown was not fully dry before I did that. But this is more or less the idea. Need to so the lighter brown was Skrag Brown. Okay. I think something like that is good. So while this is drying, I'm going to work on the face and I'm going to do the eye. So the eye I will go for yellow. Okay. Yriel yellow. And now we wait that this dries a little bit. So while this is drying we can do these metallic things. Okay, so I'm going to use Ironbreaker. This. And this. Now I will take Rhinox Hide. And I will go very carefully under the head, something like that. Okay. Let's go back to these spikes at the back. I want them to look a little bit darker, so I'm going to apply another layer of Darkoath flesh. We can do any flesh. I think I will use this time Guilliman flesh. Okay, I want to increase the pinkish tonality. So you really want to give some contrast there with the rest of the skin. We will do the small ones that we have all around the body. For example, this one, this one, checking that I'm not missing any. Let's do now the highlights on the skin. I was thinking if I want to do the skin darker, but no, I will do the opposite. The skin I will go for light color. So I take back Camo Green. Okay, and I will highlight the skin. This might be different than my final color than the official one, but at the end you can choose what color you want for this alien guy. Don't be scared of experimenting, and if you have idea to make it different, go ahead and test it. Okay, I'm going to apply this. Since that he has been or wounded or damaged here, so we want to he has like some tribal markings. I don't know this. Looks like tribal markings, but I don't have enough knowledge about the Kroots to know really what is this. Now we keep working. Okay, and we do the rest of the skin. So I will do this on the whole skin points. Also, we are going to work on the arms and legs. And we are going to pop up the different musculature. Okay. So I will keep working on the skin, I will do the legs, and I'm back for the next step. This coat looks like though, the washcraft drawing, and I think I will stop here part 1, and I will split this painting tutorial in 2 parts. I think it's better 2 parts of around 30 to 45 minutes, and have it's easier for me to manipulate the video, and I think it's also better for the viewers to see it in 2 parts. Okay, so here we have done all the base coat, we have done all the washes, and we started the highlights. In the second part I'm going to do the tails. I'm going to work a little bit more on this, so you can see how now the camo cape is looking like. I think it looks very nice, but I need to do the highlights on the flat green parts, and we are going to do the highlights on the leathery parts. So keep tuned if you want to see more. I hope you like what you see here. Please give a like if you have liked this video, share if you think other people can be interested, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you later. Bye.